Welcome back to a new video. Make sure it's not an important text. So, it's a Friday session, so goal is get up to 110, 140. I don't necessarily, it's not do or die to get up those weights. We'll see how they feel. Relatively sore from yesterday. Yesterday was a really difficult session. I'm lifting a lot later in the evening than I did yesterday, and it's a lot cooler, so I'm not dealing with the heat as much. Yesterday I was just sweating to death. I was pushing the weights hard, going up at snatch balance and all the jerks and everything. So by the time I got the front squats, I was pretty gassed. But that was to be expected probably regardless of whatever weights I was doing, just because of the heat and the humidity. It's not near, like I said, not nearly as bad today, but it's a lot later in the evening, and I think it's about 10 degrees colder than it was yesterday, which still in the low 80s is still pretty warm, but certainly feels comfortable. So we're gonna take big jumps like we tried to do on this day. Last week on this Friday, I didn't train, so this will be a little bit different, but I haven't warmed up or anything. Have been kind of lazy all day, but I get to be lazy in the summer. So we'll go ahead and warm up a little bit. My trip is Tuesday next week, so this video will probably come out Sunday. So a couple days after this one, I'll be traveling over to Chicago and to Wisconsin, to the Milwaukee area. But I'm going to try to do some videos when I'm out there. Obviously like training videos, but just like a video in general. Depends how motivated I am, how stressed I am with the travel. I haven't traveled, I guess technically the airport here is out of the state, but like actually out of the state since probably my first year of teaching, when I went to South Carolina when I coached baseball. But technically the airport here, you have to go through Indiana, and it's technically in Kentucky. So I've been to those a bunch, but not really anywhere besides there. So I'll be traveling through Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin, and then back through. But I'll be stopping at Kokomo weightlifting on Tuesday and training. And then Sayre, S-A-Y-R-E, weightlifting in Chicago Wednesday. And then I think it's called 262 weightlifting in Milwaukee on Thursday and Friday. So my heavy day will probably be on Friday. And then I won't train Saturday, or at least it'll be a light day. Saturday might just be nothing or going hiking and stuff, but I'll do the heavy session at Friday since I'll be training with Reed, friend of the channel, friend of moi, and enjoying training around people, I suppose. Because then Saturday might go and hike and stuff. And Sunday, so I might have 2 full days off of training. Sunday I probably won't train, so whatever hotel I end up staying at might be like going to do a session in there and not really like weightlifting, of course, just normal exercise. But then Sunday I'm going to go to a baseball game, the Cubs, and Monday I'm going to go to the White Sox. While I'm in Wisconsin, I'll be seeing Milwaukee play the Guardians. I'll see the Guardians in Wisconsin, and then again in Chicago. So, actually putting my summer to use. Do one more set with the bar, and then load 50 on there, and just start hammering away. There's not really a reason I switched back to the Romaleos. Just randomly put them on, and they still hurt my feet a little bit, but not every session. And I don't know, I just like them. So we're wearing them for now, but do a tactical reset, and then we'll start snatching. Like I said, the goal is to get up to 110. I don't know what this is. Alright. Getting spam. Also, like people who go try to sell me stuff door to door. As if I want to answer the door for anyone. Cracks me up. I don't know who it is, but they've been coming like every day. It's always some like young guy too, so I know it's like a internet or something. I think internet's been the most common thing. The one person knocked like, I think 2 or 3 times. Like, you keep knocking, eventually I'll come out and yell at you, but I don't really want to do that. Much easier just to ignore you. You can just check your box saying that you went here. But alas, they'll probably keep coming. Which, I mean, kudos to them, I guess. They get to keep trying, but... They gets to keep trying. They don't feel too bad, which is good. So, one of the features of this session is bigger jumps. So I'll do 70, then 90, 100, and 110. You can tell it's not super hot because I'm not drenched in sweat yet. Just to keep my arms active in the turnover. Good. Chalk up for this one. center it up a little bit. One more. Just trust it and finish hard with the arms. Exactly what I wanted today. A little bit of nerves of the 110, but we made it. Made it pretty solidly too. I'll never complain about that. Tactical reset time though. It's hard to push out the negative thoughts of missing the weight. I just have to remind myself that when I do a 100 like that, that feels super easy, that 10 kilos is not going to make or break the next lift. And I do that jump all the time, so it's not a unique jump. And with how it felt, the 100, I know that if I just do the same thing, 110 will be fine. It's building the confidence. It's like 90% of my weightlifting training is just trying to build confidence. So, I'm glad I added some heavy cleans in this week on that monster session I did on Tuesday. I don't know how it will go in Indiana on Tuesday. I would like to get snatches done on Monday and then just have that session be the clean and jerks. Clean and then a pull, but last Monday I lifted poorly. I just have to actually go to the actual gym when it's super hot. There's not really a reason for me not to, other than I just don't want to drive. But if I go early enough in the day, like that Tuesday, I got there probably around 2:30. So I was able to avoid traffic on both directions, really. And that's the biggest issue I have with going, is I have to go early enough to avoid traffic. Otherwise, I'm legitimately sitting in traffic for like an extra 30 minutes. So like when I drove back after that session, the other direction of the highway is just stopped up the whole way, and there's literally no reason for me to ever experience that in the summer. I experience it enough in the summer and the winter when I'm going. Which, that's one of the reasons I built the gym in the house, is so I could lift, especially the light sessions in the winter. and not have to deal with that traffic, because it is consistently terrible. Even though it's a 30-minute drive, it's almost always closer to 50 during rush hour. And I could either sit in traffic for 50 minutes or sit in traffic for 35 minutes and then be done driving, not have to drive again at night. And if I want any sort of evening to myself, that's why it makes a lot more sense to lift at my house during the school year a lot more. That's usually what I like doing on Saturdays, because obviously there's no traffic then. But my coworker at school, he drives that direction every day to get home. That's where he lives out there. And he just has to sit in that traffic every day. It's terrible. It's the only thing I don't like about living the distance that's like, I'm not going to move anytime soon. But if I did move, it would be closer to where I work or past. So right now I drive east, I think. I drive east, yeah. I drive east to get to work. So I'd move east of my house a little bit to get closer, or all the way past it and then have to drive west a little bit. But houses are really expensive, and I don't really have a good reason other than convenience. And honestly, like when there's not traffic, it's like a 22 to 25 minute drive, which is not really that bad. When it's bad, but it's not like I need a new house bad. If it was like over an hour every day with rush hour traffic, then I would actually be like conceivable for it to be worth it. But the mornings are never really that bad typically. The afternoons are pretty consistently, usually takes 35 to 40 minutes to get home. I would say probably closer to 30. Because like I get off work at 4:05, but I don't actually like get in my car at 4:05, and I don't start pulling out until a little bit after. And there's always traffic getting out of the school area, and then traffic on all the roads after too. But you don't truly get going until 4:15 or so. So usually get home a quarter till 5, which is still not ideal, but it is what it is. So with the clean jerks, we go big jumps, 70, 120, 140, and we'll be all done. But happy with how snatches are feeling. I'm trying to be, I mentioned being aggressive with the arms. Basically just waiting until the turnover and then aggressively turning it over. That's one thing I noticed on the pull plus snatch that I made this week, was that it looked snappier, and I think that was a lot more of just my arms being snappier, and not necessarily like doing anything like moving faster necessarily, but just being more aggressive with the turnover of my arms while still being patient and waiting, which is obviously the balancing act, I suppose, of the snatch in general. But trying to be aggressive with the pull, but trying to get that extension and turnover with my arms to kind of be at the same time, or extend and then pull. I don't try to really describe like what I'm trying to feel, but basically when I'm extending, to still think that my arms are pulling the bar up, almost kind of like a muscle snatch in a sense, but just trying to finish and then finish with my arms as well. Finish with my extension and finish with my upper body. It's like most lifts I ever miss. It's not even, it's very rarely because of strength. It's possible, but not likely. Alright, we'll get this wrap on. We'll do a tactical reset, and then we'll get clean jerks on. Well, we'll do 70 real quick here. Ain't no reason. My right knee was feeling a little bit, but I don't feel anything, so we're chilling. Yesterday I kind of made a 155 jerk. I had more space to walk it out, I might have been able to fight it more, but didn't want to die. But jerks are slowly going there. Just gotta keep pushing them. But we'll do one more tactical reset. Lose this and then do 40. Make sure I'm just really being aggressive with my left arm, making sure it locks out as best I can. Really happy with that jerk. Oh. Felt like I got it back. Felt in good rhythm. Clean felt good. So as long as we're focused, we'll do 140 easily. And then we're done. Redo the wraps. Really just trying to do the full dip, full commitment on the jerk, and try to push it back. Even though I always leave jerks out in front, I really am trying to push it behind me. I really don't try to push it in front of me, but I always do. And I think most of that is upstream from the dip on my jerk, where I drift forward a little bit, especially when it gets heavy. So just something to always think about and always fight against. That's why like push presses are good for me to do, because you really have to push it straight up. You can't really save a bad push press rep typically. Another thing of the session, no music, no belt for the 140. We should still be able to make it pretty routine. Make a 250 training total just a casual Friday session. Well, last week I didn't do the session at all because I did some random sprints and some cardio, which honestly, not the worst thing. I was also a bit lighter this week, so I went to the doctor on Monday. They said I was 238, but that's with all my clothing and a nurse that looks at the scale when it went from 237 and went to 238. She picked 238 because it actually stopped at 237, which is funny because I'm just watching it. So I don't really care what I weigh. But then she's like, I saw the papers like 238. I'm like, actually it was 237, but I'm not going to fret about a pound when who cares when I'm 230 plus. But later that week I weighed myself in the morning, I was 234. So I truly am not 238. It shows I can eat a little bit more, but I don't necessarily mind being lighter anyway. It helps me move a little bit better. I feel like probably like 235 is like my best training weight. Maybe even like closer to 230. But anytime I've got above 240, I think I just get too slow, which I don't have much speed anyway. Alright. Yeah, you see, getting a little bit sweaty, but if this was yesterday, by the time I would have done like 70 kilos in the snatch, I would have been drenched in sweat. Alright, so chalk up, make this a routine lift. One benefit of wrist straps is it's a sweatband too. I would honestly wear them even if I didn't need them or want to wear them for like wrist support. They block so much sweat from my arms. All right. Don't need to freak out to get super hyped up, but I do need to be focused and do a good clean so I don't have to waste all my energy on the clean. And then be confident on the jerk. 120 was really easy. This one should be routine. Oh, that's a bad jerk. Oh, it's such a routine lift. We gotta do it one more time. Normally wouldn't repeat it, but oh, I can't end on a. Everything felt good, and I just pushed it a little bit out in front. If I had space, I think I could have ran it out, but it's not ideal. We're just gonna go and do it. Did everything right, just gotta push the jerk back. Come on. Not perfect, but so we just need to make it the first time. Clean was good, jerk was fine, a little bit forward still, but just gotta just make it the first time. With how unhyped I am to lift, like with how the clean was feeling, I knew the jerk was there. Just push the first one a little bit forward. So we'll be going to the gym tomorrow most likely. Wish I could just do that the first time. Clearly if I could do it like that the second time, probably could have made it the first time. But glad to come back and make it. Would have been really depressed if I missed it twice. But yeah, if you want to see some of the trip before, as I most likely won't get anything edited until I get back from my trip, I'll be posting stuff on Instagram on my story, and probably some of the lifts, because I have a nice little, I'll be able to edit stuff on my phone for like lifting clips. So if you don't follow me on there, it's the same name as what I have on YouTube. You can see the trip lifts before they're on YouTube, but ideally, I don't know, I might just do one giant video. I guess you could let me know if you want me to do multiple training days. Maybe I do like get a bunch of clips from Indiana and then from in different places. I don't know. It's a lot of work to edit all that. Oh, Could do one giant, like hour-long video of all the training and the vlogs all together, or I can do separate ones. Separate might be better. More content, more videos, but let me know what you think. We got this here. Leave 70 on there. It's not too much to leave on for a different day, and better to not have it as close to the ground. Didn't rip open any calluses, which is good. 2 good cleans with 140, which is nice. And really, I mean, it was 2 good jerks. As far as the power, the first one was just off as far as pushing it forward. But just have to really focus when I'm dipping and driving. So just really, my left arm particularly, really getting that back, because when I miss jerks, it's usually that arm flexing forward a little bit. And I think that's probably because I got some injury to it, or had some injury. Doesn't hurt, but it's probably there's probably something wrong with it. But I don't really care too much about investigating it, because really, if I can still lift how I am right now, then it's clearly not too injured to not function properly. But with that being said, untied my shoes. So we are done training for this Friday. And like I said, let me know what you want to see as far as the trip goes. It's not something I typically do, but you know, maybe if the videos do really, really well, then it could encourage me to be a social butterfly and travel to more places and do more kind of like vlog type videos, and you know, see how things go. Maybe kind of like a hook grip style thing where it's just more casual. Obviously, I'm not going to go and edit things like a crazy YouTuber, but you know, could do more things than just the lifts and just a video of me yapping. But let me know. But with that being said, hope you all have a great day, and yeah, peace.